Welcome to our program on Kardec Radio.
Hello, dear friends. Welcome to Kardec Radio, the 6 o'clock program, which we dedicate to prayer. Yes, we love being here with you, of course, as we build this current of love, of peace, vibrating to everyone that we can think of that needs, a little bit of healing energies, thinking of ourselves, our loved ones, and the whole planet. Why not? Jesus says that if we gather together and we pray together, there is a lot of power in it. So let us do it together. Yes, I see you, John, Narciso, Betty. Thank you for being here. And today we're going to read a message from the book, Our Daily Bread, psychographed by Chico, by the Spirit Emmanuel. But it's chapter 177, in case you want to follow along if you have the book. Look at this title. Let us guard our mental health. Now, we've been talking a lot about mental health because of the pandemic. We are really feeling it, right? So let us see what Emmanuel tells us. And it starts by quoting Paul. Think on things that are above and not on those that are of the earth. Okay, we got a hint there, right? Early Christianity was fully aware of the need for a sound mind enlightened by higher aspirations in the lives of those who embrace the gospel for their inner reform. The work of notable present-day thinkers find its roots much earlier. Nowadays, those who deal with mediumistic phenomena know that the death of the flesh does not entail the delights of heaven. Beyond the grave, individuals find themselves with all the virtues and defects, ideas and vices they sanctioned while in the body. Criminals are drawn to the arena of their crimes if they are not shackled to their accomplices. Misers are bound to the superfluous wealth they wantonly hoarded. The vain remain tied to their fleeting titles. Alcoholics make the rounds, looking to satisfy the thirst that controls their energy centers. Those who surrender to the lower whims of the self spend many days trying to undo the webs of illusion in which their personality is segregated. The plan comes before the work. The project maps out its implementation. Thought is a radiating energy. If we concentrate it on the earth, we will naturally bind ourselves to the ground. If we lift it on high, we will enter the sublime spirit realms. Our spirit will reside wherever we project our thoughts, the living basis of both good and evil. For this very reason, Paul stated wisely, think on things that are above. So when he says the title, let us break it down a little bit before we pray. Let us guard our mental health. Emmanuel brings to us this perception of our mental health in both realms. Very different than when we are here and we feel ourselves in a dire situation, we think we are losing it, but it's all related to things, right? Most likely to things. We are concerned about our jobs, we're concerned about financial resources. We're concerned about our family. We're concerned about maybe the body with a disease. We're just thinking about things of this material life. Anything that drags us, that grounds us to this material life. And Emmanuel is saying, let us pay attention to that. Because if we transition to the spiritual realm, actually, that's not the right statement, when we transition to the spiritual realm, which that is a certainty, it will happen, and it's a good thing, we'll be going back home. But when we transition, where is our mind? Where are our thought patterns? What are we going to be connecting ourselves to? This idea that when we discarnate, we are angels, somehow we become the best spirits, already high spirits, won't work, right? We are very much in the spiritual realm what we are right now. So what are we connecting ourselves to? Where are we focusing our energy? It's a thought for us, and Emmanuel brings it so that we understand that once discarnation comes, we know the consequences, what is going to happen to us. And then he's saying so much, he's giving examples so that we can picture it. It says, criminals are drawn to the arena of their crimes. So they were criminals in this life, and when they discarnate, they go back. Hopefully, they will transition out of that type of life, but only if we want to. Misers are bound to superfluous wealth. So they were doing that in the incarnate life. They discarnate, they continue doing it. The vain remain tied to their fleeting titles. Remember, André Luiz, when in Nosso Lar, when he discarnates, he goes back, he's there in Nosso Lar, and he says, I'm a doctor. And they were like, and so what? You were a doctor, but here you're not anymore. But we think we are still, right? Like, I'm Paloma Peterson. Well, there, we're just like anybody else. The vanity doesn't count. Look at this. Alcoholics make the rounds looking to satisfy the thirst that controls their energy centers. Wow. So we are alcoholics in this life. And remember, friends, alcoholics don't need to be somebody that is always drunk. It's just drinking every day. Just the habit of drinking every day, needing to drink every day. We are alcoholics if we do that, right? Hopefully we're not, but if we are, let us think, because it's saying when we discarnate, we're going to feel the need to satisfy that very need. We're going to feel like drinking. And we see a case like this on the book Sex and Destiny, where there is Moreira, it's the spirit that is discarnated. And he's at this house, and a incarnate man comes and he whispers in his ear, let us drink, grab a beer. And the man that wasn't even feeling like drinking was like, I think I want to drink something. He goes, grabs a beer and drinks. And then another spirit comes and says, now it's my turn. Grab another beer. And Claudio, the man, goes there, gets another beer and drinks. And it's not that the spirits are actually drinking the beer, but they are getting that vibration from it. They're connecting to Claudio and sucking vitality from him. So let us think about that, okay? And then he says, if we surrender ourselves, we spend our days thinking of ourselves, when we pass away, we're going to have to try to undo those webs of illusion. because we know that it's not about ourselves. We are not the center of the universe, right? We are not. At one point, we might have thought about like that. When we were 2 years old, 3 years old, where we see, saying the children saying, my, this is mine, it's mine. That's when we were thinking of a life that was very self-centered. But now as adults, we need to be moving beyond that. And then he gives, good Emmanuel. He tells us what to do. Our spirit resides wherever we project our thoughts. The living basis of both good and evil. So where are our thoughts? It's up to us. We do have a choice. We have free will. And then he finishes by saying, now that we understand all of this, and we want to safeguard our mental health, what do? We think on things that are above. We think of things that are above us. We connect with the higher realms. We have these moments like this daily prayer to help us. We all need good reminders. When we're reflecting about our day, okay, I did good. This wasn't so good, so we try again. But we need to think about it with the purpose of progressing as immortal spirits. It is so beautiful, and we should feel happy with these messages. It's not that Emmanuel wants us to fail, the very opposite. He brings it to us to help us succeed. So with that in mind, let us move to our prayer. And let us put some music. And finding a comfortable sitting position. Letting go of thoughts about our days, our to-do list. If you are able to sit quietly and just let this prayer be just for this very moment. Let us visualize spirit doctors and nurses entering our homes. They bring with them vases of flowers. These flowers emanate healing energies in a sweet perfume. It permeates all our rooms of our homes. And now they place these vases around as a sign of protection of our homes. We allow the doctors and nurses to approach us, and they apply healing passes, dispersing all the energies from our perispirit. And as these old energies are being displaced, it's opening for the restoration of renewed energies. We can feel ourselves lighter and re-energized. Let us now visualize the doctors and nurses approaching our loved ones. They can be close to us or afar, it doesn't matter. We can also visualize someone that needs treatment at this very moment. Let us visualize the doctors and nurses so lovingly applying the passes on our loved ones, allowing them to be involved by beautiful golden light. And this golden light protects them. Dear loving Master Jesus, we're always so grateful for Chico Xavier and Emmanuel, for their diligent work in bringing messages that we needed so much. We understand that this type of work took so much effort that we are just humbled by the opportunity of reading it, analyzing it. We pray, Master, that we are able to keep our hearts and minds open so that we can absorb these teachings, so that we can apply it in our daily lives, always looking for betterment. Master, in a planet of trial and expiation, where suffering is still so prevalent, we pray that we keep our eyes open, looking beyond our personal matters. We pray that we are strong and diligent in the work to support others. There is no shortage of opportunities to team up with you. And Master, we want to dedicate these final moments of prayer to people that are finding themselves in hospitals, to people like doctors and nurses that are on the front line of the pandemic, to children that are facing enormous challenges at home, and to spirits that just recently discarnated. We pray that they receive love by your team, care, and the necessary treatment. We thank you, Master, always. And under your guidance, your protection, and with your permission, we ask to close these moments of prayer today, and so be it. Friends, thank you so much being here today with us. Don't forget, if you want to read the message again, it was so beautiful. We would recommend, it's chapter 177, Let Us Guard Our Mental Health, on the book Our Daily Bread, okay? I wish you a blessed evening and great week, and we'll see you next time, okay? Bye-bye.